loving the dream more than the relationship. Sometimes the hardest thing to let go of isn't a person. It's the version of yourself you thought you were finally becoming. We don't talk about this enough. How easy it is to fall in love with a dreamed version of our life and then mistake the person connected to that dream as the reason we should stay. Maybe you always imagined a certain future, a certain lifestyle, a certain sense of pride, security, or identity. And then you meet someone who seems to live inside of that world. Someone whose profession, confidence, or status represents everything you once hoped for yourself. It feels meaningful, almost symbolic, like life is finally lining up. You might think, if I can be loved by someone like this, maybe I am closer to becoming who I always wanted to be. But over time, something starts to feel off. The connection doesn't feel safe, or kind, or mutual. You are not being treated well. You don't feel valued. There is nothing steady to hold on to emotionally. And yet, leaving feels impossible. Not because the relationship is good, but because what it represents feels too important to lose. For example, imagine someone who has always dreamed of becoming a doctor. They admired the profession, the respect, the meaning behind it. Life didn't go that way for them. But then they fall in love with a doctor. Suddenly, they feel close to the life they once wanted, close to that version of themselves. Even if the doctor treats them poorly, even if the relationship is empty or painful, they stay. Because walking away doesn't just feel like losing a partner, it feels like losing a dream. And that's where things get complicated. You start telling yourself you're strong for enduring it, that love requires sacrifice, that maybe this is just what relationships look like. But deep down, you know you are not staying for them. You are staying for the future you imagined, for the identity you attached to the relationship, for the idea that leaving means admitting that dream didn't come through. Letting go starts to feel like a failure, and that's a heavy thing to carry. What often goes unspoken is this: sometimes we don't love the person. We love what being with them allows us to believe about ourselves. It's not about them being irreplaceable. It's not about the role they play in the story we are telling ourselves. So when the relationship starts to hurt, the pain gets confusing. Because emotionally, there is nothing left to hold on to, but symbolically, everything feels at risk. You are not just grieving the relationship. You are grieving the life you thought you were stepping into. And that grief can keep people stuck for a very long time. But here's something worth gently considering. Being close to someone else's dream is not the same as living your own. No one else gets to fulfill your purpose for you. No relationship gets to define your worth or your future. Letting go of a relationship that's rooted in illusion doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes It means you are finally separating who you are from who you thought you had to become through someone else. It's okay to mourn that dream. It's okay to feel sad about the life you imagined. But it's also okay to recognize when staying is costing you yourself. Because sometimes letting go isn't giving up on love. It's choosing to stop living your life through someone else's reflection. And that kind of clarity often comes quietly when you are finally ready to listen to yourself.